throughout the league here in week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Chiefs going up against the Chargers. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Okay, Larry, we are a little less than 10 miles inland from the blue waters of the Pacific Ocean as we greet you from lovely San Diego, California. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of 2 on a Monday night between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Diego Chargers.
Hold on.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll run it here. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go now. Green, 9, black, 58, rail. Black, 58, rail. Left, left.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. It's Hill, complete. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 34 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Time running out here on the play clock. And to give this time to the tailback. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
And this has been an excellent drive to start the game off. Move the ball downfield well. Now they're set up at 1st and goal after that last really nice run. Exactly how a coach would draw things up. This is how you want to start a game, and that's all they've preached all week long about how they want to come out of the gate.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail. 39. Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail.
To throw, it's Bortles. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start.
Here we go now. Throw. Ace.
Check 3. 2nd and goal. Still a decent chunk of yardage here. They're on the 8. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs are going to take a 1st quarter lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Play clock winding down. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And here's a look at the starting offense. Second down following the run. To throw his car. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Hunter Henry brings it in. A good pickup there at 22.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
You have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And that is incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And now it's 4th down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
On 1st down, Bortles. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, a great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, here's Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now Carr. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Wide and 8. Wide and 8.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hey. There we go now.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Here we go. Blue 45.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Hey, we're going to rally. Switch. Rally. Switch. We ready. Wide and yay. Wide and yay. We're going to rally. Rally. This is our time. This is our time right here. Zebra. Zebra!
Trying to shake off the interception. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he's going to get this one all the way up to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
We ready, baby. Alert. Watch it.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
We ready? Wide and yay. Wide on, baby. Alert.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Key to tight end. We ready? Red 18. Hey. Red 18. Got three down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
23 yards on the play.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch,
Allen hit. He lost the football. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. But fortunately, he's able to cover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Defense showing blitz.
3 down. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To throw, it's Carr. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Now Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Catanzero's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Hey, we got 4 down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Bortles going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. Man, 18. Man, we're going to rally. Rally. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert.
One receiver left. That's Allen. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Throwing now is Carr. Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
We ready? Wide and yay. Wide, we're going to rally. Here we go, baby. Wide and yay. Here we go, baby. Wide and yay.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Carr. And Bryant's got it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left to the upright. So some disappointment there as the field goal falls short, and we have reached the intermission. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down, here's Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Carr now to throw. Allen has it, left side. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. Fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Here we go. Ace. Watch the twist. Ace. Here we go now. Green. Ace. Black 58 real.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And quickly, they get to the line. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was fed by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now they go screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
3rd down and 8 now.
Left. Ready. Blue 45. Left.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Carr to throw on second down. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 4. We got 4. Zing, 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 zing.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So following the penalty, now 1st and 5.
Ace, ace. Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90. Black 52. Coming. Left, 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 left. Watch the whip.
Throwing now is Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
You ran into a brick wall, baby. You ran into a brick wall, baby. Key to tight end, key to tight end. Ace, ace. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Where's 52? Black 52. Here we go now. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
From the gun on third down, Bortles. And this is caught at the 8. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now San Diego getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Watch the screen. We ready? Wide.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
All right, here we go.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And now here comes Kansas City. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's got some space here. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90. No, check that.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now the extra point. And it's 21-3. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And now here comes Kansas City. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
4 down. Check. Green, 90.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Hey, we go. Slow.
From the gun, it's Bortles. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it in the end zone. A big-time drop.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now Carr. Out left side here to Bryant. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down.
All right, here we go, baby. Alert.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You have to love and admire the effort because he almost broke free in the backfield, but you also have to love and admire what the defense did. Swarmed the play and made sure he couldn't get anywhere. A loss of yardage.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Good job, D. Good job. That's the way you fly to the ball.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Give them 13 on the pickup there. Good enough for a San Diego 1st down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed up against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. One receiver left. That's Allen. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Chiefs, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From San Diego, so long and good night, everybody.